Okay, calf and ankle stiffness or lack of mobility. So it is a common problem for a lot of people. If you're a runner or people that are often using this area, either through overactivity or underactivity, there are definitely reasons why people can lose range of motion through that area. That can also affect your squats and other exercises in the gym that just restrict the technique and have you compensate, which again can increase injury risk and have you not using the right muscles that you're supposed to be. So we're looking at what is ankle range. So ankle range or calf range is the ability for you to push your knee as far over your toe as possible before your heel wants to raise up. What you're looking for is pushing that knee far forward. The more range you can get out of it, obviously the more mobility you have. And mobility comes in a few different ways. People can be tight through their Achilles up through into their calf, which is limiting that range of motion pushing through. But then there could also be some blockages or some issues at the front of the foot that could be restricting the movement. There's a bit of technique to this too, because it's not just about how far you can push your knees over your toes. It's about how in line you can be whilst you do it. So whilst I'm in this position and I'm pushing as far forward as I can, you see my knee staying in line with my toe. People can cheat and get more range by having that knee collapse inwards. So again, when you're working on your ankle mobility, it's looking at ability to push knees far forward over the toe as possible without the heel raising up and making sure those knees stay in line with the toes as you do it. So you're here because you probably have tight ankles and tight calves, and everything I've just showed, you felt, or you know that you have it. So how do you improve that range of motion? So the first thing you can do to help with this is rolling, foam rolling. Something like this, or obviously there's vibration stuff now with Theraguns that can help loosen this area off. So what you're looking to do, the technique for this is you put whichever calf you first want on top, stack the other foot on top of that, and then your hands are going to be next to your bum. From here, you're going to push your bum up off the floor and you're going to go trying to find tightness. You might have tightness at certain areas of your calf and go slowly. As soon as you find a knotted area, stay on it and you can even roll a little bit left to right over the top of it because it's going to help create blood flow there and loosen up just a little bit. This is step one, is foam rolling to find knots. I found some just up here that I'm just working on. It's not a very, very pleasant experience, shall I say, but it's something that can be very, very beneficial to loosen off that area. Once you've done some foam rolling to loosen it off a little bit, you can then improve the range of motion through stretching. And stretching, first thing you can do is a deficit calf stretch. Standing on a step or an implement where your heels are going to go below your feet. You keep your hips pressed forward. And even here right now, I can feel a nice stretch coming through my calves. You're going to hold this about 30 to 45 seconds, just focusing on breathing as you go through it and just feel that nice stretch. Again, it's just going to be loosening everything off on your calves and your ankles and your Achilles. Okay, now already my ankles or my calves feel a little bit looser. The next thing you can do is provide some load to that area. And the first step to provide load to the area is by doing the initial thing, which was the test to begin with, but with a little bit of weight. So you can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a plate or any type of weight that you've got. You're going to get into a half kneeling position, place the weight on top of that front knee. Now from here, just make sure you're stable, but your job is to drive your knee as far over your toe as possible. Keep pushing that heel down. Don't let it come up. But you're going to that right on that end point where that heel just wants to raise up, but you're trying to keep it down. This weight is going to add some load through that stretch, through the tissue, and just ask a little bit more of it in terms of trying to get a bit more range from this area. And you'll flow through it like repetitions. Just keep driving that knee over the toe, keep the heel down, feel the stretch, come back. Again, making sure your knee stays in line with your toe as you do it. Once you've done these three things, so foam rolling, stretching it out, and then stretching out with load, the next most important thing to do is dose it, dosing it through movement, through strength training. Most people's calf and ankle mobility restricts them from getting into good squat positions. So what's the number one thing that you can do to help that out? Squat. You can get a weight into a goblet squat position, standing strong. Now from here, your job, sit down as low as you can, keep the feet flat on the floor, driving the knees over the toes, pushing the hips back as well, like a good normal squat position. And you can hold this comfortable down in this position, stretching out the calf and the Achilles area. Now you should be a lot looser than when you walked in. And with this new temporary range of motion, because if you do this and then just go sit back down again or go for a run, it's going to stiffen up again. Now you get to dose it with load. So you can go into a strength training session or resistance training. Having done this, you've now increased your range of motion for a bit. So then once you get into your squats, do some real squats using barbell back squats or goblet squats, providing a good amount of weight, getting into your good squat position, squatting down as low as you can, which might feel a little bit more natural with that more range of motion that you've got going through. Because what these areas want is they want to be loosened off, but they also want to be stronger. So you can do your warm-up exercises, make sure you foam roll, stretch the calf out, and then stretch the calf out with load, like the half kneeling, knees over toes, or a bottom squat hold, just to help really loosen off everything there. But then you want to dose it. You want to dose it in the session by doing some normal squats at weights, obviously, that you like to train at or that you lift at. So you're providing stress through that area. It's going to get that stronger because now it's got a new range of motion. It's probably going to improve your technique pretty immediately, but then you compound that over time. Before you know it, your ankle and calf tightness will have gone away and you can get into great squat positions. And you also need to make sure that you're doing some isolated calf work as well with load to get the area stronger. So take this, for example, you're going to be using weight to help load that area for a full range of motion, loosen it up and get it stronger at the same time. So standing up nice and tall, your job, keep your hips forward, drop your hips down until you feel a nice stretch, and then push into that step, squeeze the calves on the way up. Nice stretch on the way down, push up and squeeze. Nice stretch on the way down, push up and squeeze. What I would say on this is make sure you're near somewhere where you can hold so you have some balance. But with this, you're going to be looking at loosening off the calf with the foam rolling and the static stretching. Then you're going to start to go through some movement with some weight, with the kettlebell, with the weight to help stretch out the tissue, and the same in the bottom squat hold. But then you want to dose it. So in your session, doing squats at weights that you lift, because it's going to put that area under stress as well as it would like your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. And over time, your mobility is going to improve. And then make sure that you're doing some isolated calf work as well. Deficit calf raises on a Smith machine, barbell. If there's a machine in your gym that's specifically designed for that, just make sure you're stable. Drop the heels as low as you can so you get that stretch. Stretch is the most important thing, and the contraction on the way up. So not only will they loosen off, they'll get stronger as well. And then calf and ankle stiffness won't be a problem anymore.